Are we gonna open some packs?
I don't have any packs to open, but we're gonna talk.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm so ready.
Okay, I love you.
I love you too, Dane.
Hey, howdy, hey, and what's up, Ghost fam? I hope everybody's having an amazing day, filled with positivity, love, and you're getting everything that you set out to get for the day. With that, I had a thought. Kev the Pokey Ghost here, and things are getting crazy out in the world, I will say that, and we've all been shopping through department stores, and whether it be Target and Walmart, or maybe Myers on the east side, there's always going to be a giant department store that we are in right now around the holidays, and we are all hunting for Pokemon cards. Unfortunately, stores around me really been quite picked over. Haven't really been able to pick up a whole lot of product, so I apologize. I haven't been featuring a lot of that on the channel. More to come. It is coming, I promise. But as I'm walking through these department stores, we all start seeing things like this, and this, and this. And it's driving me banana sandwich. And it made me remember so many things from my early days in collecting that I wanted to share that with all of you. And that is, temptation is everywhere. And it really depends where you're at, what you're doing, where our mind is, where our finances are. And sometimes we feel like we don't have an option but to maybe take what we cannot afford. And I get it. I get it. The temptation is there. And I'm here not to tell you what to do, but just to advise you, don't do this. This ruins it for everybody, and we really need to be mindful of the young collectors out there and the ones that maybe saved up to buy the very thing that you just stole. With that being said, I'm gonna take you back. I'm gonna take you back some time ago, around the time of base set, around the time of jungle, around the time of fossil, when things were just starting to bloom, and little Kev didn't have a whole heck of a lot of allowance. Maybe Christmas was right around the corner and Kev wasn't allowed to buy anything. Well, Kev the Pokey Ghost is not foreign to temptation. It is everywhere. And I will tell you, when I was 10 to 13, I was standing in one of these department stores, and I was, it was probably 8. I was 8, standing in one of these department stores. And it was quite the tradition. Mom, can we go look at the toys? We won't leave the store. Fine, go stay with each other, me and my sister. Yes. And we run over there, and I ran to the little Pokemon end cap that they had, and I saw a bunch of booster packs. And my mind lit up. Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. But I looked down, and I saw an open base set booster pack. Very similar to what we still see today. And it was just ripped open and the cards were strewn about. There was no holographic in there. In fact, the pack didn't have a holographic. It had a non-holographic base set Doug Trio. And I remember this so vividly because I took it. I was so scared. I was so scared that day. I saw it sitting there, and I looked and I saw that it was the rare, and I got giddy a little bit, and I leaned down, I picked it up, I looked around. There was nobody in my immediate area, and just like that, y'all, it went right into my back pocket. This exact one And I can tell you that maybe it was an achievement at the time, but over the course of, 20, 30 years, I do have regret a bit, but this is a relic, again, in my collection to always remind me that temptation is always going to be there. And no matter the circumstances, we should never take what is ours. I didn't earn this Doug Trio, I didn't buy it, I didn't trade for it, I didn't pull it. In my mind, this Doug Trio isn't mine. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'll hang on to it forever because of that reminder that temptation is always going to be there and we should not allow it to take us and take action. Let me fast forward a little bit, and I told y'all I moved out here to Arizona when I was 13, I did. And before then, I lived in Michigan. What? And I had a great group of friends in the neighborhood. Every single day, every summer, it was just the same group of friends. And yes, we were all into Pokemon cards, and we were all always trying to one-up each other and see who has the best stuff. And my buddy was flipping through his cards, and he had a jungle non-holographic Scyther and a few other good cards, but at that point there was only a few cards that in my mind I could remember I didn't have, and that was one of them. I don't know what prompted me or the exact circumstance, but I remember this story because I took it. I don't know why I did it. There was a moment when I had the binder by myself, and quite frankly, I think it was like the day or two before I was about to move out of state and never see anybody ever again, so I thought. And it went into my pocket. I ran home so fast, and again, I was so scared. This was not only product, this was maybe somebody else's story that they had of how they acquired it. Maybe their mother chose that pack that they pulled this Scyther out of, this exact one. Well, I went home, it went into the binder, I packed all of my bags, and I got ready to make the biggest jump of my life out here to Phoenix, Arizona. And this again is the one card I will always keep and hold on to. But the ironic thing is this. Ghost fam, would you believe that that kid came over and he said, you know what? You're leaving and I want you to remember us by, I'm gonna go and get that Scyther that you wanted and you can have it. And my mind went banana sandwich. All kinds of emotions at that moment, and the only thing I can recall replying with was, you know what, it's okay, keep it. The last thing I ever said to them, God, I wish I could remember their name, because if I could find them now, I would send them this card right back. It's not worth losing friendships. It's not worth losing integrity. It's not worth getting caught. Y'all, if there's ever a moment in time that you just feel like you are down and out, down on your luck, I want you to remember something. When a tree is a seed, it only has one thing in mind, and that is find soil, find sunlight, and grow as strong as possible. I'm growing straight up. But the seed doesn't plan or anticipate Maybe it's not out in the open. Maybe it got caught under a log or caught under a bench or a picnic table. And this tree is not going to happen, but it's going to start growing, and maybe it has to take a turn. Maybe it has to grow sideways for a minute. Maybe it has to branch off into other directions, and all that's doing is that's not failure or your plan didn't work. That is adjusting and adapting and ensuring that these things in life help us grow. Because by the end of it, we're going to be this amazingly beautiful tree with so many twists and turns and stories to tell. And even if we get to that point and something happens, maybe a windstorm comes through, maybe a lumberjack says, I need that tree, and they come and they cut you down. I have seen stumps in the forest sprout new life and start over. And I know that tree is going to be just as magnificent as it once ever was, as it always will be and always has been. Just as you always will be and always have been beautiful. Always be you. And it doesn't cost anything to do the right thing. But I understand when things get hard. And I want to be the one to say, you are not alone. The Pokey Ghost, I have you. If you need anything, if you want to talk about anything, if you're going through anything, I want to hear about it. I care about you. Because there is only one of you, and you are beautiful. Y'all, I really appreciate you listening to my stories to tell. I know they're not fascinating, so to speak, but a lot of things do get to me, and again, I want to chronicle my thoughts and lessons before maybe I can't remember so well anymore. But you are giving me all so much hope that what I am doing is important, and if you do want to see more, please let me know that you do want to see more. Subscribe, share these videos if you feel it's going to help someone else. But at the end of the day, collect how you want to, and remember, peace, love, and Pokemon.